Hello, welcome to today's live stream. It has been a while. I decided I would try a new backdrop. Not sure if I'm liking it, but it has been so long, it took me a while to figure StreamYard out again, and I apologize about that. But my name is Chris of Chrissy's Over the Mountain Crochet and Crafts, and a lot of life has happened. But if things are good on your side of the mountain, let me know. Let me know what the weather is like. And if you could hit the like and subscribe, I would appreciate it very much. So today is a Christmas live giveaway. I want to give a Christmas gift to everyone that will comment. You have to leave me your address for your email because it will get lost if you don't. This is the only place I will know to go to get it. If you send it to me in a message, I may not get that message. My inbox sometimes is a little full and things are easily lost in Facebook Messenger, but I am seeing so many of you. We have several visiting right now. So let me go over the rules of the giveaway. I want to give you the ad-free PDF of your choice. You can see all of the crochet patterns that I have in Ravelry. Should be in the description down below. You should be able to click on that and choose which crochet pattern you would like for me to gift to you. Now you have to leave me your email address and the pattern that you choose. Leave the title of the pattern, and then I will email that to you tomorrow. And why not today? Because I thought one other time I went on live, I said, I'll send your patterns to you just as soon as I get off. Well, the live comments are not populated right away. YouTube takes time to filter and go through. And so I know they will be there the next day. So that's the only reason it will be tomorrow before I send your crochet pattern to you. Okay, so again, let me go over the rules. Leave your email address and which pattern you choose. If you do not choose a pattern, I'm going to send you the gingerbread Moses basket. And it's an awful cute little basket. I have it here. Let me hold it still so you can see it. I was able to put the peppermint fabric on the inside and make it with sides also, and I put a little bit of, well, my fingers are opposite. I should change this so that it's not mirrored. I put a little bit of fiber fill in on the sides as well as the bottom. The bottom is squishy, the sides are squishy, and I'm just so happy with this little basket. I got these glass peppermint beads when I was shopping with my girlfriend Nancy last fall, when I told you I had some extra things that I wanted to show you, but this was a surprise. I've had this idea for a long time. And after, I think 2 years ago, I made the shell stitch Moses basket. And I thought, oh, that white trim, if I really make it thick, it's going to look like gingerbread icing. I could not find the exact yarn that I liked. But I'm going to stop and read the comments here in just a second. But I wanted to talk about the Moses basket. Now, the snowflake buttons, I've had a collection of snowflake buttons for years, and the red and white striped ribbon, I'm kind of wishing I had used a different ribbon. I wish I had used a solid colored ribbon, but I thought the striped ribbon would go with a peppermint theme. And if you look at it close enough, it has sparkle in the ribbon. And I thought, oh, perfect. And then the peppermint fabric. This has been one of my favorite makes. Now this basket, it has a drop over edge, and just was so much fun. Sewed on all those glass beads. I'm thinking about embellishing the hood a little bit more. I'll show you that in just a minute. And I also wanted to tell you, I made my dress. I want to show you some things. My girlfriend Nancy and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But let me catch up on the comments here. I see Judy Thomas. Merry Christmas, Judy Thomas. And Vicki, is this you, Vicki? James Emmert, Merry Christmas to you. I hope that is you. Am I getting your name right, Vicki? Yes, Vicki. And Judy Thomas, you are so welcome for this opportunity. I appreciate your all support to me on my little business, and you keep my fires burning to be able to sit at home and just play around with yarn and fabric and go shopping with my girlfriend and get all kinds of information, all kinds of inspiration. Crocheting, community crocheting together. Tell me who you are if you're in my crochet group, and so that I would know you by your name. I'm just curious. I'll have to look you up and look at your channel. I'll have to subscribe to your channel if you have one. Do you have an active channel? And then Gina, hello, Gina. It's good to see you. And Sparktabulous. Wow, I like your name. Hello, Merry Christmas from muggy Dallas, Texas. My sister-in-law and my brother lived in Texas for quite a while, and she's talked about how muggy it is. I'm sorry, it's muggy. It's chilly here. It's not as chilly as it has been, but it's kind of dreary and rainy and chilly here. Okay, the requirement. Okay, Judy Thomas said the requirement includes sharing my email. So she's ready for that information when it's needed. If you leave it in the comments, that's how I can get your email. All right, Lee. Hello, Lee. It's good to see you. She said early Christmas greetings. And then Nancy McCain's good to see you. Ann Herzig. Am I pronouncing your name right, Ann? I think so. Herzig. It's good to see you. Lee says they have rainy weather in Illinois, kind of like us. You're probably about the same as us longitudinally. And I don't know if you have the same kind of weather as we do, but Anne said you are visiting in Washington. You'll go back to Washington State. Is that your hometown? And Connie Emerson said sunny and cold here in Virginia. I hope everyone is doing okay. Oh, Sparktabulous. Yes, Vicki Emmert. I thought it was. So James Emmert commented that was Vicki. She's very active in my crochet and crafting group over on Facebook. If you're not a member, you need to ask to join. You'll have to answer questions or we won't let you in. And Connie, thank you for that. Connie said you're an amazing person and an inspiration as well. Thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, Connie. And you all are liking the Moses basket. And okay, I should have known that was you. So community crocheting together is Kay Mathis. Of course it's you, Kay. I'm sorry. Hi, Cheryl Myers. It's good to see you from Phoenix, Arizona. Is it hot there? Is it hot there? And yes, Lee had already picked up on the fact that community crocheting together was Kay Mathis. Kay, do you have a channel yet? Connie Emerson, I want to start a crochet business. I'm going to highlight your comment. I want to start a crochet business, but just haven't gotten there yet. It will be Nut House Creations. How cute is that? When I get it started, I'm just a little afraid that I will fall, so I'm hesitant to start. You're a little afraid you will fail. I apologize. Hey, there is something that is on the back burner for me, and that is teaching. I don't want to call everyone senior citizens, but teaching those that want to sell their product online how to go about that. Teaching you what kind of language there is that is out there. That was my biggest roadblock, was knowing what a PDF was, knowing what scale means, knowing what all of those business terms that everyone uses means, how to start my own blog and how to monetize my blog, how to start affiliate marketing, how to sell my product. I started many, many years ago on eBay, and I learned a few things on eBay, but when it came to Etsy, there was a learning curve. When it comes to Ravelry, there's a learning curve. When it comes to starting your blog, there's a learning curve. And I am contemplating doing that very soon. Probably at the first of the year, I'll have it broken up into sections, but start asking me questions and let me know what you're interested in learning from me. I would love to share what I have learned. I feel blessed that I have learned. I have good friends that have helped me. Stacy Wilkinson of Handmade by Stacy and Jay, and Courtney Whitehead of Creations from Courtney has helped me tremendously, tremendously. All right, so that's in the works, Connie. All right, so Anne says, yes, correct pronunciation. Good, I'm glad I've said your name right. Cheryl, it will show up, Cheryl. But I don't think anyone's ever had any problems with that. And I'm sorry. If someone can come up with a good way for me while we're here on the live, I'm open to it. I am open. But my email is, I can lose emails in my email, and I can lose things on my inbox. So I tell you what, if let's change it to this. Well, I need your email. I really need your email. The other option is your phone. No. Anyway, anyone have any ideas? Let me know. All right. Ashley Johnson is dealing with a loss. Oh, Ashley, you lost a sibling. And Connie, thank you for the compliment on the basket. Ashley, I am so sorry you've lost a sibling. A hard time of year to have to deal with that. I know I have some other friends that are dealing with that right now, and I'm really sorry. I'll be praying for you. So Kay said, I am working on making videos for crocheting for the blind. I love that idea. I love that. Kay, you have written a book for the blind too, haven't you? If you need my help, let me know. You've been a help to me in the past. And Connie said, go for it. I think I am. I think I'm going to go for a teaching course on how to navigate and how to sell your product on the web for those that are older like me, because that's what my problem was I was old. All these youngsters know how to handle. Anyway, I'll get sidetracked on this. Lee said she thinks the weather might be somewhat warmer than in Virginia. All right, let me click down here. And then okay, Stephanie Freeman. Yes, you can post your Ravelry name. That is a great option. If you don't want to put your email in there, Stephanie Freeman. Yes, Stephanie, you are correct. If you will post your Ravelry name, I can gift you through Ravelry. Okay. But tell me what pattern you want. All right. We're going to have to extend this so you all understand. So your pattern has to be posted that you want. And Lee Smith, Ann Herzig is your sister. I didn't know that. Well, how about that? Okay. Yes. Kay said she wrote a book with the Helen Keller that is with the Helen Keller organization, and she used it for classes. I remember you talking about that. I think that is so fascinating. You just amaze me in your ability to want to continue to teach. And all right, so I've already got Stephanie Freeman has left me her Ravelry name and which crochet pattern she wants. And and then Regina Bittner has given me hers. All right. So now that we've gotten that taken care of, let me talk to you a little bit. I've started sewing for myself again. I used to sew all of my clothing, all of my church clothing. I used to sew everything for my children. I made little suits for my boys. And then when the children got older, they didn't want me to sew for them any longer. And I was running like crazy, and I started purchasing my clothing. Long story short, I stopped sewing. Well, my daughter got pregnant. She's the one that had our grandson at 30 weeks. And she wanted me to make some knit skirts for her. And I designed these maternity skirts and I was so excited. I made a live. I didn't make any announcements, so nobody attended the live. So I made the live, and introducing the maternity skirts. And then I drove to Charleston and met her and her husband and gave her the skirts. And then she went into labor the very next day. So all of that information has been put on hold. I'll put it out there at the beginning of the year, how to draft and design your own maternity skirt. And then it will also be a skirt that you could wear every day if you make a few modifications, and I will teach that. But there was that inspiration to sew for my daughter, and then I met my best friend Nancy Garnes at Joann's one morning, and all of the patterns were on sale for $1.99. And I think we sat there for 2.5 hours, and I had a lot of fabric, knit fabric that I had picked up at Walmart. You know, those rolls of fabric that they sell for $2 and $3. A lot of that fabric is very, very, very nice. And so we sat there and we schemed, and she inspired me to buy a lot of new patterns. And so I started sewing for myself, but it was, for me, it was a trip down memory lane, because when we were both young and both of us lived in Jackson County, she lived in Ripley and I lived in Sandyville. We'd meet at the local fabric hut where you could buy fabric by the pound, and they had patterns for 25 cents. And we would stand there at that file cabinet looking through patterns. And that was such a good time for me and her. And she inspired me to continue to buy more patterns. And I have bought a lot of patterns since, and I went back to Walmart and I purchased a lot of fabric, and I bought this knit fabric, and I used this crochet pattern. I used this sewing pattern, and it turned out I used only 2 yards. Now this pattern calls for more than 2 yards, but I changed things up a little bit. I want to take I made my jacket also. And it's knit fabric that I think I got for $4 at Walmart. But anyway, what I did differently was I brought the neckline up, because I have, I have a little bit of a concave here. So I brought where I had my mastectomy, and that is starting to fill in, by the way. I don't know if I'm getting fatter or if it's going to fill in, but anyway, so I brought the neckline up, and instead of using bias tape binding and making the neckline turned in, I just put my own knit. I just put my own little collar on. I just folded it anyway. And then the back of the fabric I thought was really cute. So I cuffed the sleeves. The sleeves are 3/4 inch length, and it's like a cut in. I don't know if you all sew, but in case you do, I'm showing y'all. It's just, you cut the sleeve on as you cut the bodice. So it's a front bodice piece and a back bodice piece. And then it has elastic, and it has pockets, and it's really comfy. And of course I added the buttons, so I'm pretty excited about this. And then the jacket I made, I'm not real thrilled with the jacket, because I thought I was smart and I could change the pattern, and I kind of messed it up. But anyway, I used this pattern. I used the jacket on that, and I decided I didn't want a facing for it. And I thought I can just put a rolled hem on it, but it's a really gauzy knit. You can get some really nice knit fabrics. But anyway, I'll probably do a tutorial on how I made modifications. I dropped my pattern just a second. On how I made modifications to this pattern and what I did differently. And I have some other dresses. I have some other fabric that I love this dress. I love the pockets. I love how comfortable it feels. It's a good everyday dress, and pair it up with a jacket, and it looks a little bit dressy, but honestly it's a little bit hot. So I'm going to leave it off. But anyway, and I want to talk about the Moses basket some more. I'm thinking I need to thinking about this. I found these little gingerbread people. There's boys and girls. And I thought maybe I should add one maybe to the center. That didn't work. Here's another one. This is the little boy one. Add one to the center, and then maybe some snowflake buttons around it. Well, that didn't work at all. But then, I also wanted to show you, and I wanted to tell you, I got my glass beads from, get it in better light, from Michael's. And I think they are very pretty. But the value was, and they are a little bit nicer, but Joann's has almost the exact same. They're a little bit messier, but you get 11 on a strand for $2.99. Michael's, you got 8 to a strand, and I had to buy 2 strands, and they were $7 a strand, and you had to buy several beads before you could. But Joann's had the better deal on these peppermint beads if you're wanting to embellish the gingerbread Moses basket. And like I said, I got this ribbon at Joann's. Why am I? There we go. And it's got sparkle in it. I had a lot of ribbon at Joann's. It's 70% off, at least right now. But then I thought maybe a little windmill bow, and I've wrapped a wire around it. And then I thought maybe I should add it to the hood. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I really like being able to put a liner in the Moses basket. Oh, goodness. And then, I don't know. Maybe it's too much. I'm probably going to just leave this alone and just leave it alone and not embellish anymore. I don't know. But I wanted to tell you that these little gingerbread people have a peel off back, and they have a sticky there. I think it's for scrapbooking, but I picked them up. They're sticky on this side. And so I have designed some gingerbread house gift tags. And when I'm going to continue to add in how to embellish, how to make the liner, how to and how to steam the hood. I've put up a video on how to steam block the hood with an iron, because it does get very lumpy when you have to decrease a lot, and with chunky yarn it leaves lumps. So I showed how to do that on a video, and then I will have photo tutorials on how to embellish, how to steam block the hood, how to make the bed, and there will also be gift cards and gift tags. And I thought this would be really cute to add to the back of the gift tag. And then where did they go? And then I got those little gingerbread guys at Hobby Lobby, and then put the tag on the little Moses basket with some baker's twine. And I got that at Hobby Lobby also. But anyway, I thought this Moses basket has been one of the most fun things I have designed in a long time. Oh, and I got the peppermint fabric at Joann's. It was a flannel. It's a flannel, so it's not a cotton print. But anyway, let me look through the comments. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. I know I was talking for quite a while. Let me get back up to where, excuse me, I'm sorry, I sniffed. Okay. Do you have any questions for me? Do you have any business questions for me? I would love to share what business knowledge the Lord has seen fit to give to me. Oh, I'm sure you have been up and down emotionally, Ashley. I'm really sorry you're going through a loss right now. A stitch. Oh, Ann Herzig said she has carpal tunnel, and Ashley said she had carpal tunnel too. I don't know why the Lord has seen fit not to plague me with that. I don't know if it's because of how I hold my crochet hook. I don't know. I'm just very thankful. Now I can get carpal tunnel from a lot of computer work, but resting seems to help me. Yes, and Lee Smith said she wants to get better at sewing, and how wonderful it is. I picked it back up again. I'm excited. I took my daughter, knitting skirts, and after Deegan was born, she needed everything. So I made a lot of receiving blankets, big ones. I made burp cloths. Of course, I made some little preemie hats. You saw those, and I'm going to continue to put preemie crochet hats up on my blog. Um, Merry Christmas, Robin. Um, Thank you. Stephanie said very pretty dress and jacket, and it's comfy. And I can't wait to do videos so I can. I mean, if you guys are interested in sewing, I can talk about sewing and fabric all day long. And I would love to get my friend Nancy on here sometime. She's a lot of fun. I mentioned to her about going live with me sometime. I don't know if she was serious when she said sure. I'm going to pin her down someday. Lise, thank you guys. You guys are so nice. Yes, add the bow if you're gifting it as a Moses basket. Okay, I think I might. I have tutorials on how to make pinwheel bows and how to make hair bows. I did that a lot when my daughters were young. Okay, Anne said hot pads. Anne said, love gingerbread items, your Moses basket ornaments, cookies. I could do a Moses. I could do cookies. Oh, gift the Moses basket with some ornaments and cookies in it. Is that what you're saying? And Judy wants the purple passion cloche. That was one of my first crochet patterns. And my daughter was still in high school. She's the one that was modeling that. She's my youngest daughter. She was so good to model for me. She would get frustrated with me, but we had some times outside back in the holler in the snow while she let me take photos of her. And she is married, and her third child is on the way. So I'm going to be a grandma again. She lives in Atlanta. Kay, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that. Oh, Connie said she has carpal tunnel in both wrists. Oh. Yeah, the burp cloths were so simple. I mean, I didn't make them fancy. I just made them little rectangles, just little rectangles. I made them as quick as I could. I have a lot of flannel, and I just decided they needed to be made as quickly as possible. All right. Well, I think we're coming to the end of it. Oh, I want to show you too. I took a piece of fabric and made a headband. I am not a headband gal, but I made a headband out of this fabric. That would be about how I would wear it probably, but this was so simple. Those of you that have made this type of headband where you just make the tube and then you bring it together and bring the folds together, kind of sandwich them and then sew them together. It's the same way with a piece of fabric, and boy, was that quick. That was so quick. So easy. I think I'll be making more of those. If I ever do a craft show again, I think I will make some of them, but I think I need to stitch it right here. I don't know let me see if I can show this to you better. I need to stitch right at the top and at the bottom where they cross, because when I stretch it, this bottom, when I stretch it, like if it's too tight, the seam right here pokes out on the top and on the bottom. So if you've got a big head and it stretches a little bit, so I think I need to stitch it down, but that was so fast. I might decide that I like wearing headbands. I don't know. Hey, that'd be a cute hat, wouldn't it? All right, let me get back down to the bottom to make sure. And Lee said she likes the gingerbread. And Nancy McCain said she hasn't sewn in a while, and she used to make a lot of her own clothes years ago. And Nancy, I think I didn't realize, but you know how we always used the cotton? Things have transitioned so fast to knit fabric. And if you want to get started, a lot of the patterns now are made for knit fabric. I don't know if you were sewing when I was sewing. I did a lot of my sewing up through, well, from the 80s to probably 2010. And it was all cotton, polyester. And now it's knit. And like I said, that the rolls of fabric that Walmart sells, sometimes you can get very nice fabric. I opened up a piece of pink knit and it's all rolled up and you can't really see what's on the inside of it unless you can dig to the bottom. Well, I just saw this pink knit and I thought, I need a piece of pink. I need to make myself a pink t-shirt. And I opened it up and it was pink crushed velvet. I was so excited. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Dollar Tree carries yarn and yes, some yarns and fuzzy acrylics. Anne said that. I do like to stop into Dollar Tree. I got some breast cancer fabric from Dollar Tree. And let's see. I may not have the videos and the complete. I'm going to put everything about the gingerbread Moses basket into an ebook. It's just not going to go into the pattern. The pattern is going to stay the way it is, but everything that is in the ebook will be posted on YouTube and on my blog. I'll post the tutorials on my blog and on YouTube. So don't get discouraged if you don't have the ebook, but it's just too much to put just into a little pattern. So that will be an ebook and I can sell it separately. And of course, I always have ebook sales from time to time. Yeah, I'm excited to, Anne Hurst excited to be a grandma again. I'm excited too. That will be my 7th grandchild. And I am excited about that. Deegan could use a little bit of prayer. I hope my daughter doesn't get upset with me. He's almost 7 pounds now, but he started retracting when he's breathing. And they say sometimes preemies do that. So he has to have a chest x-ray. I'm not that concerned. I know God has just healed him from so much and has blessed him from so much. But I'm not going to be ignorant and think I don't need to be praying. He does need a little bit of prayer. If you could pray for him, I would appreciate it. And Lee Smith said, did you use jersey material for the headband? I used the material that I made my dress with, and it's a knit. It's a knit that has texture to it. Can you see these are bumps. And I honestly don't know what people consider jersey knit is. It's a knit. It stretches both ways, but not as much both ways as this way. It has a little bit of spandex in it. And Nancy said it was the late 70s and she made most of her, you made your school clothes. That's cool. I think that's great. I made an F in home ec the 6 weeks we did sewing. I know. Oh, Ashley said she lives in a small rural town. I do too. Hey, honey, you can't get as much as rural as where I live. I don't even really live in a town. I live so far up a holler that there's only 2 houses above me. And then you have to break off and either go over this mountain or go over that mountain to get to town. There is no town here. It's just a little place called Looneyville, West Virginia. You might be able to find those braces online, maybe Facebook Marketplace. And yeah, the carpal tunnel gloves. I'm sure there are some at Walmart also. Oh, and well, Hood River, Oregon. I didn't know you were in Oregon, Ashley. That's pretty cool. When I was a kid, there was a TV show with Bobby Sherman. in Seattle. And I feel like Oregon and Washington State are kind of the same place. Thank you, Gina. I appreciate the prayers. Um, oh, you're in Dallas, Oregon. My vision's getting me. Oh, Nancy said she knew more about sewing in junior high than her teacher did. I had a very good teacher. I mean, she taught me the basics, but when it came to doing, it was just we didn't have a sewing machine at home and had to do it in the class, which there was plenty of time in the class. That's probably why I got an F, is I didn't want to do the work. But I really enjoy sewing now. So we have 5 children, and when I got pregnant with my third, I told my husband, I said, if you'll just get me a sewing machine and I can make the play clothes. And then I realized I can do this. This isn't as hard. And then Nancy Garnes really helped me. She helped me find fabric. She helped me figure out the patterns. And I just really enjoyed the Dales. Am I pronouncing that right, Ashley? I feel like we're at the end of our live, and I feel like I have worn you out. I'm going to stay on here a little bit longer because in case you are just joining, if you would like for me to gift you an ad-free crochet pattern, either leave your email address or your Ravelry ID and tell me which crochet pattern you would like to have. If you don't tell me which crochet pattern you would like to have, I'll just send you the gingerbread Moses basket. And I don't think you'll be disappointed in the gingerbread Moses basket. So I'll hang around here so everyone has time, because it has to be posted during this live. The problem with me being able to just immediately get off here and send it to you is that YouTube doesn't populate this live chat immediately. So tomorrow I will send the photos to you tomorrow. Send the patterns to you tomorrow. So what all are you planning? Are you all planning on traveling for Christmas? I will have some children come to my house for Christmas with the grandchildren. Stacy and Deegan and her husband are not going anywhere for Christmas. They just feel like Deegan needs to stay home, and I totally agree with her. But let me know what you're going to do. Are you traveling? Are you staying home? Are you doing a Zoom Christmas? I think those will be fun. I think we're going to try to Zoom with Stacy. Let me get a drink of water. Excuse me. I think we're going to try to Zoom or FaceTime or something with the baby and Stacy and Caleb. Yes. No travel, Vicky. Yeah, you're fresh out of surgery. I don't think you would be needing to travel. Everyone's going to, how many folks will you have in the house? Cheryl Myers. She said they're staying home and everyone will be going to her place this year. Oh, Kay Mathis said her home ec teacher told her to go into business since she was so bad at sewing. Well, my home ec teacher used to just look at me and kind of like shake her head like, and I'm sure I was not easy to deal with as a teenager. I that's funny. Oh. And I appreciate you all praying for Deegan. He does need prayer. He's the sweetest little thing. He doesn't like to be held up on the shoulder, and I guess that's where he was a NICU baby, where he was always on his back in that little cradle thingy, just on his back most of the time. So he's happy to just be held outward, and then he just sits there and looks at everything, and He's the sweetest little child. He'll just be awake for an hour, hour and a half, and then just go to sleep. Self-soother. He's just a good baby. She's been blessed, that's for sure. All right. Well, I guess we are at the end of it. So again, leave your comment, leave your Ravelry ID or your email and the crochet pattern that you want while I am still live here. And I will send those to you tomorrow. So, all right. I just saw a couple people join, so I want to say that again. If you would like a Christmas gift from me, an ad-free PDF from my Ravelry store, my Ravelry store link is down below. Come back here and comment, and I'm getting ready to run too, Gina. And thank you, Sparktabulous. Come here and comment, and leave me your Ravelry ID or your email and the crochet pattern you want. If you don't leave that crochet pattern name, I will gift you the gingerbread Moses basket. All right. Okay. Merry Christmas, Connie. Merry Christmas, Gina. Merry Christmas, Sparktabulous. Merry Christmas, Lee Smith. And Merry Christmas, Anne. Merry Christmas, Cheryl. Merry Christmas, Pam. Smolik. I think I'm saying your name right. Merry Christmas, Kay. Merry Christmas, Connie. Merry Christmas, Vicky. Merry Christmas, Cheryl Myers. Merry Christmas, Connie. And Ashley, Merry Christmas and prayers to you. And Nancy McCain, Merry Christmas. I would have loved to see some of your outfits you made in the 70s. I think that would have been fun. And I think I've got everyone. Lee Smith, Merry Christmas. In case I said it already, there's a double one. And wow. Well, it was Becky Strahl. Merry Christmas, Becky. And Judy Thomas, Merry Christmas. And Judy, since I hope you left your Ravelry ID. Oh, you did. Okay, I see it. All right. Merry Christmas, Judy. And Merry Christmas, Terry Wall. It was good to have you on my side of the mountain. And Stephanie Freeman, Merry Christmas. And Robin Schwartz, Merry Christmas. And I think I said Merry Christmas, Gina Bittner, but in case I didn't, Merry Christmas again. And I think that is it. Well, it was good to have you. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share this if you do not mind. And that would be a help to me. And again, if you have any business questions for me, if there's a certain area of business that you know I have kind of conquered or that I'm a part of, ask me. It will help me decide what direction to go or what first lesson I want to teach in business. All right. So it was good to have you on my side of the mountain. I hope you'll come again soon. I'm planning on going to Facebook, and we can now live stream on Instagram. I think I'll go there also. And if you want to follow me, I would love to see you there. It was good to have you. Bye.